Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to our English class. Yeah, with me, Miss Iza, of course, as your lecturer in an English class. So today we're going to talk or discuss about our next material, that is comparison. Have you heard about comparison before? You must have been familiar with the use of, for example, more beautiful, more intelligent, more handsome, and also maybe uh, you have heard about she is the best person in my class, something like that. So that's part of degrees of comparison that we are going to discuss today. So what is degrees of comparison? Degrees of comparison is a kind of comparison used to compare something with another thing or with the other using adjective. There are three ways that we can compare the adjective. The first one using the positive form, the second one using comparative, and the third one using superlative. So positive form is the use of as, yeah, whenever you compare two things or persons, yeah. So the positive form is used in cases where there are no differences between the two compared things or persons. To form the positive, we use the word as before and after the absolute form of the adjective. For example, Martin is as tall as John. She is as beautiful as her sister. The positive form is, I mean, like the as, yeah, as is also can be used in the negative context. We only need to put additional not, yeah, before the word as tall as, like what in the example, Martin is not as tall as John. So the second one is the comparison itself. So when two object or person are being compared, the comparative form of the adjective is used. The comparative adjective can be formed in two ways. Yeah, the first one, you need to add additional er to the absolute form of the adjective, like tall to be taller. And then the second one is adding the word more before the adjective. Yeah, beautiful to be more beautiful. And then in this explanation, it also includes the superlative, actually, if you notice that. So the superlative also have two rules, yeah, two basic rules in the use of uh, est at the end, and also the use of the most before the adjective. So if the first one for the superlative is you need to add est, sorry, the est to the absolute form of the adjective. So for the superlative, the is very important, yeah. So tall, taller, if you want to make it superlative, it will be the tallest, yeah. And then the second one is adding the word more before the adjective. Oh, sorry, adding the word the most before the adjective, yeah, because this is superlative actually. So beautiful, and then more beautiful for the superlative, you need to use the, so the most beautiful. Now, if you're asking when I need to use ER or EST and when I need to use more or the most, it actually depends on the number of syllables in the adjective. We're going to talk about that after this. So this is the further explanation about how you can use ER or EST. Yeah, the first one is if it contains of one syllable. Yeah, you need to add ER and EST whenever you use comparative or superlative. Yeah. So for example, long, longer, longest, yeah. New, newer, newest, old, older, oldest. And then also the second one, the second rule is adjective with one syllable with certain endings like E, we only need to add R and ST, yeah. So we do not need to double the E, but we directly add the R and ST. So for example, the word close, yeah, it become closer in comparative and it become closest in superlative. It's also the same with the word large, yeah. So for the comparative, it becomes larger, and for superlative, it becomes largest. Yeah. Don't forget to also put the in front of the adjective. Yeah. And then the word strange. Yeah. For the comparative, you need to add r, yeah, so it becomes stranger, and then after that you put est, and don't forget also to put b before the adjective, so it becomes the strangest, yeah, in the sentence. So more explanation about the syllable ending, yeah. So if you find a consonant, yeah, a consonant with a single vowel before it, you can double the consonant and add er and st. Yeah. So for example, big, bigger, biggest. Yeah. Red, redder, reddest. Sad, sadder, saddest. Yeah, something like that. So you double the consonant, and then uh, if you found adjective with 2 syllables and the following endings is y, yeah, you need to change it to I and then add er and est. So for example, dirty, it becomes dirtier in the comparative, and it becomes dirtiest for the superlative. It's the same with early. For the comparative, it will be earlier, and for the superlative, it will be earliest. Nasty, nastier, nastiest. So after that, if you found 2 syllables, yeah, with the ending e, yeah, you do not need to use more before the adjective, but you can directly add e at R gitu ya. Jadi so handsome, handsomer, handsomest, little, littler, littlest, polite, politer, politest. Adjective with 2 syllables ending in li, yes. So it's like able, gentle, simple, simple. We only need to directly add the R and est, yeah. For the last one, adjective with 2 syllables ending in O, like hollow, narrow, shallow, you can directly add er and est after the words. So the comparison with more and most, yeah, all adjectives with more than 1 syllables, except some adjective with 2 syllables that I mentioned before, you need to use more, yeah, more beautiful, the most beautiful, more difficult, the most difficult, more important, the most important. So there are also irregular adjective. That means if you change it to the comparative, it will be totally different. Not only put the er or est, but it change the word as well, actually. So like the word good, yeah. If you have heard about the comparative, it's better. I think everyone have heard better before. So this is the comparative form of good, yeah. For the superlative, it becomes best, yeah. And then such word like bad, worse, yeah, worse, yeah, much more, most, many, more, most, little, less, least, yeah. This is the irregular adjective. So I hope you can memorize this irregular adjective, because it's not too many. So I think it's easier for you to memorize this. So how are you going to use the degree of comparison in the sentence? Yeah, so this is kind of the review, the concept of using comparison or using degree of comparison in the sentence. So when we speak about only one person or thing, we use the positive degree. Yeah, this house is big. In this sentence, only one noun, the house, is talked about. Yeah. He is a tall student. The flower is beautiful. He is an intelligent boy. Yeah, each sentence mentioned above talks about only one noun. Next, When we compare two persons or two things with each other, we can use both the positive degree and comparative degree. For example, this house is bigger than that one. This house is not as big as that one. So this is actually has the same meaning, yeah. So you can use both positive degree and also comparative degree. It depends on you. The term bigger is comparative version of the term big, yeah. Both these sentences convey the same meaning. It's like my explanation before. So let's have a look at example 2, yeah, or the second example. This flower is more beautiful than that. This flower is not as beautiful as that. So more beautiful is, of course, the comparative version of the term beautiful, and both of these sentences convey the same meaning. Next, when you compare more than two persons or things with one another, we can use all the three positive, comparative, and superlative degrees. For example, this is the biggest house in the street. So this is to compare more than two, yeah, more than two house, yeah. So we can probably take a conclusion, yeah. Or this house is bigger than any other house in the street. No other house in the street is as big as this one. So the term biggest is the superlative version, bigger is the comparative version, and all these three sentences actually have the same meaning. This is more example about comparing more than two things, yeah. The key points are don't apply two rules for forming a comparative. For example, more prettier, yeah, it redundant, so it should be prettier only. Or a superlative like most, best, yeah, that's a serious mistake, of course. And also you need to use the comparative degree, not the superlative, when you compare just two things. So remember about this, yeah. So thank you very much for paying attention to my explanation about comparison. I hope you can do the exercise 4, yeah, after you watch this video to strengthen your understanding about the concept of degrees of comparison. Okay, everyone, I think I will end the video. I have done my explanation about degrees of comparison. I hope this will help you or improve your understanding about the concept of degrees of comparison. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.